Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're at the beautiful and difficult Echo Valley, going to be playing the gold tee pads. I've played this course one time from the gold pads and we shot a whopping 8 over par. Ooh. So today we're going to see if we can beat that score. If you remember my videos from last week at Armco, we're going to do the same thing. Front 9, back 9 on back-to-back days, and I'm gonna go through my game plan as an amateur on a very difficult course in hopes that I beat 8 over. Unfortunately, it is kind of another cloudy, wet day. It's not supposed to rain on us, but the tee pads, the grass is gonna be very wet. Hopefully we don't slip too much out here. Like I said last week at playing Armco, kind of the same vibes. We just need to expect the unexpected. This course is a whole different vibe than last week at Armco. Armco has some more open holes, some technicality, but a lot wider fairways. Echo is a lot tighter. There's a couple open holes like hole 1 and hole 18, but for the most part, you're in the woods trying to hit lines. And if you don't hit those lines, you're gonna be very punished in the rough. This course is all about finding the landing zones. If you're in the landing zones, you have a good opportunity for birdie or the easy par. Of course, I have not warmed up or stretched, typical Chase and Chains fashion, so we're gonna go 2 off of 1 here. Hole 1 is probably gonna be the easiest birdie out here. 576 feet to par 4, really open tee shot. You're just trying to put one out in the fairway, and then the basket kind of has a low ceiling, guarded by some trees. There is such thing of being too left on this hole where you'll be pinched off. You won't be able to get into that opening. So that's kind of why I'm trying to push one out right first. This is literally the first shot of the day. That might be a little too left, but no, that's gonna be short enough where it's fine. That was supposed to be my beaten in one, and as you can see, it's flying stable, so kind of weak right now. And by weak, I mean like ultra weak. Wow, I should have warmed up. We got a low ceiling into the green. I'm gonna go with my jawbreaker zone, trying to keep it low. There is kind of a downslope behind the basket, so if you come in too hot, you are gonna leave yourself with a lengthy putt. Oh wow, that took so much off of that. That was looking beautiful, like a twig of a branch. I think I'm just gonna lay this up. There's really no way to make it. I got one little twig coming out that's really kind of screwing me. Of course, I really want to get this birdie. It's kind of an insurance birdie going in to these next ones, but I also should have just warmed up so I could throw a decent drive. Hole 2, 298 feet. This one's just a dead straight tunnel shot. After the basket, it does drop off, so if you do go far, but I tend to throw my jawbreaker zone. My most accurate shot is typically a forehand, so I'm just trying to flip this up through the gap. If it turns a little bit, it should be good. Ultimately, we're just trying to get through the gap, get down there, maybe get a long look, if not easy par. Come on, no turn. That turns, it's perfect, but we are down there. This is a pretty short hole, but I tend to bogey it a lot. So as long as I make it through that initial gap, I'm pretty happy. There is that drop off behind the basket, but there's a few trees behind it almost as a backboard. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and run this, try to give myself kind of this long birdie. Oh, it sat. The good news about that putt is it's dead on, just a little bit more heat on it and it's in. So that gives me, kind of high hopes and some confidence moving into some of those longer putts throughout the round. Hole 3 is a giant par 3. Pretty much impossible to get to if you're an AM like myself. 469 feet. This one, you're really trying to throw a pretty straight shot and then you're fading hard right. From the blue pad, I can just barely make the corner pushing right. So from the golds, I'm really just trying to throw the straightest shot possible. I've been forehanding this Halo Wraith quite a bit recently, so that's what I'm gonna go with. It's getting a little beat in. If I give it a little bit of turn, it should hold straight. That's gonna be inside. Missed everything though. Even though I don't have the distance to get around the corner, I do tend to go with the forehand here, just so that I can beat these initial trees. If I throw a backhand, likely I'm gonna pull it, and I'm gonna hit early. So I'd rather make as much progress as I can and then try to figure something out once I'm up here. Lucky for me, I see one gap that leads right to the basket, but I do have to go over all of this rough, and there's just a little gap up top. Or we pier it. Might be a little short, but I like that I hit the line. That was a little bit deceiving of how far I actually had to go there. I thought this would be maybe a 20-footer. Instead, we're outside of circle. Went a little bit riskier there, but we got the same result as if we were to go ahead and lay it up. So can't be too mad about it, but that is definitely a tough one. Hole 4, par 4, 504 feet. You're kind of going downhill, bunch of trees to miss. Then you got an OB creek that runs through the fairway. Over that is where the basket sits. This is kind of one of those placement shots. If you put one at the bottom of the hill, you kind of have a good opportunity to get up and down. You do have a bigger gap on the left, but there is still kind of this small gap over a bridge on the right when we're down there. I'm thinking Athena here, another forehand, just trying to keep it pretty straight down there, and it should fade a little right. That's so short. It's like I'm not really throwing the disc today. It's frustrating. I think this course tends to scare me, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but every time I'm here, I feel like I'm not as confident as I am on other courses. At Armco, I could really unleash, and I felt like there's not a ton of danger, but here, if I unleash, I'm not super accurate. So what ends up happening is I hit a tree, get these terrible tree kicks. So while I'm playing here, I end up throwing shots kind of half-assed, and then I don't hit my line, and it hurts me just as much. I kind of gotta get that out of my head, throw the shots that I know I can throw, and worry about the positioning later. This shot, I'm just trying to get down the hill, then try to get across for the par. Wow. So this is a bit terrifying. There's really nothing here besides straight up the gut. That's why you really want to try to get right, or the biggest opening is on the left there. I just hit that tree, kicked me right into the center. It's a little low. It might be a day just full of these long range putts. This is to save the par. The fact that it's still doable after those two shots. That's 3 now. Just got to give them a better chance. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm pretty frustrated with myself at the moment. I know I can turn this around. We're early in the round, but that is just a very frustrating start. Hole 5 here doesn't really get any easier. 437, par 3. This one is straight downhill, so doesn't play that far. What this hole does to you is it levels off about 100 feet, and then you're going directly downhill. So you really got to keep it low, keep it pushing for a long time. And then there is going to be this gravel road in the middle down there that is out of bounds. I think I'm going to go stable zone. I mean, since it's so downhill, it should just carry it. I turned it over. What am I doing? Might be time to just try to trust the backhand at this point. This can be a difficult approach because we're still going downhill, so it's hard to gauge the distance. Nope, shorty. When you're on a big course like this, as an amateur, I find it to be really hard to fight through the adversity. And I think the main reason for that is because you know how important some of these shots are. You know how much damage a bogey is going to do to you because there's not going to be a lot of birdies to get, so you can't make up from them. While if you're on a smaller course, you bogey, you're like, whatever, I'll get the next one. It's a lot more challenging out here, so it adds more pressure to you, and then when you do start to bogey consecutively, you're like, when is it going to end? And again, gave myself another long one, hoping I can put this one in, but if I don't, that's 3 bogeys in a row that I shouldn't be taking. That's big. That's huge. To get a par after taking back-to-back bogeys, try to give us some confidence, build off of this. Hole 6, 339 feet, dead straight at it, a very daunting tee shot. If you end up kicking left, good luck scrambling from there. I think it's a little easier to scramble from the right side, but these skinny trees make it quite difficult. Since my forehand just isn't really working, I'm going to go back to the backhand here. Typically, I would throw a forehand, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to try the backhand, see if there's any changes. I'm going Halo Leopard 3. This one's kind of beat up. See if I can flip it up or not. Oh, it needed to turn a little. Just turn for me, baby. I guess either side is not the easiest. This is kind of a flex forehand through this tiny gap straight in front of me. Cutting it close. Just get up there, give me a putt. Nice. Hole 7, par 4, 570 feet. So another semi-short par 4 here. This fairway, you got a creek that runs through it in the middle. Once again, they use that a lot. And then up top, this road is out of bounds. I'm just trying to get to the creek, so I'm gonna go Leopard 3 here. Just a straight shot. That's all I'm looking for. Sit down. That's gonna be 2 left. Just not getting any of my discs to flat right now. I doubt we'll be able to get to the basket from there. It's gonna be really pinched on that left side. The good news, I landed a lot shorter than I thought. So I thought I was gonna be up against that fence, which is actually out of bounds. Good thing I didn't. The bad news, can't really get to the basket. Just gonna flex one up there. This calls for a little wombo combo. First, you go jawbreaker zone to get the nice flex, and then you go Z zone to throw it in. Over the top. Nothing like another par on the day, which is fine. You know what? I'll live with pars. All right, guys, we have quite the walk from 7 to 8. So this is a good time that if you're still here and you're enjoying the video, but you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That does the channel a lot of good. So thank you guys. As far as the round goes, I've kind of leveled it off with a couple of pars, which is good. Staying away from the OB, which was a big issue last time I played this course. Now there is a lot of golf to be played, so I'm not saying I won't find that OB, but so far, so good. 2 over through 7. Let's see if we can end on a high note. Hole 8, par 4, 628. It's a tough one. You got OB that runs all the way down on the right side, so anything beyond this gravel road is gonna be out of bounds. You also have a tight gap up there, so if you land left of that gap, say bye to the birdie, you're gonna be going for par there. So a backhand, you can very easily leak too far left. Throw a forehand like I did last time and go OB right. Get a small tailwind going through here. I'm gonna go with my titanium Zeus. Keep turning, nope. And that's why the backhand is so difficult, man. I mean, that's a hard shot to keep going straight. I don't know what to throw. Took me a little bit to find it, but I'm right on the edge here. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing out of here. Just gonna try my best to pitch this out, see if I can get a look at the basket. Come on. Dang it. Out of bounds. That would be me trying to do too much and getting punished for it. Yikes. That one killed us. That OB stroke was so dumb. Trying to get myself into better position than I needed to. We ended up double bogeying it if I counted it correctly, which puts us at 4 over through 8. So if we can get through this one with a par, that'd be fantastic. If we don't, then we have a lot of work to do on the back. I was feeling okay until that. That just kills me and it makes me so upset, but I know that, you know, I gotta reel it back in. I got a couple of people behind me. I'm just gonna go ahead and let them play through so that I can focus up, because on one of those shots I felt a little rushed. Not that that was their fault, just my personal being. So I just checked my last round score here and I was 5 over through 9. So if we can get through this one with a par, then we've technically done better than the first time we played it. But this one is definitely a hard one. 627 feet, kind of uphill. So really straight, and then it's going to take a hard right. It is a par 4, so just trying to put one down there quite a ways. I think I'm going to go forehand Zeus and see if I can actually flip one up. Missed that. I think the biggest difference from the blue pads and the gold pads here is from the blue, you don't have to necessarily throw max power shots. You can lay up in the landing zones and you'll be fine. But on the golds, in order to get to those landing zones, you have to throw full power. And that is something that I'm still hesitant about when I'm out here with a lot of trees, I guess. So that's where I need to be better. Same forehand shot, just this time I think I'm gonna go Wraith. Come on. Come on, man. I think I'm just gonna go Captain's Raptor, just kind of pitch one around the corner. Skip, get up there. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, wow. That is the front 9 for you. That double killed us, otherwise we'd be on fire right now in comparison to our last round here. But we're +4. Last time we were +5 through the front 9. So we're doing, you know, 1 stroke better, but we're barely hanging on. No birdies over there. That means on this back 9, I really got to turn up, throw the shots and get some birdies. I mean, it'd be pretty bad if I go through this entire round without a single birdie. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Come back tomorrow, same place, same time, and watch the back 9 to see how we finish. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.